Kukri, Warncliffe, Tanto. You've seen the blades, you've heard the names. But do you know what they're for? Understand the shape, and you'll understand the knife. In the next couple minutes, we're going to cover the essential all-rounders, the tactical specialists, the master slicers, and the heavy choppers. And by the end of this video, you're going to learn how to read every single one. Let's begin. First, the ancestor of almost all modern knives, the straight back, also called a normal blade. Its defining feature is a completely straight, unsharpened spine, which allows a user to press down on it with their fingers or palm to apply extra force. The cutting edge is a long, gentle curve, creating a large belly for slicing. Pro. This design is simple, strong, and excellent for both chopping and slicing. It's an ancient, proven design. Con. Its tip is not reinforced, making it a poor choice for heavy piercing. Application. This is the classic shape of many chef's knives and basic utility blades. It is a pure functional tool. Next, the undisputed king of versatility, the drop point. This is an evolution of the straight back. The spine curves down from the handle to the point in a gentle, convex arc. This drop lowers the point, making it much easier to control, while also reinforcing it with more metal. This leaves a large, curved cutting edge, or belly. Pro. It has a very strong tip for piercing, and a massive belly for slicing, a combination that can do almost anything well. Con. This tip isn't as needle-like as more specialized shapes. Application. This is the go-to shape for hunting knives, everyday carry folders, and general-purpose outlet tools. It is the jack-of-all-trades of the modern knife. Now, the versatile piercer, the clip point. The first part of the spine runs straight from the handle, but near the end, it looks like it's been clipped off, either in a straight line or a concave curve. This design takes the large belly of a drop point, but creates a much more aggressive and thinner tip, making it an excellent piercer. Pro. That fine tip is fantastic for detailed work and piercing. It's fast and precise. Con. Because it's thinner, that same tip is inherently weaker than a drop point and can be broken if used for prying. Application. This is the signature shape of the legendary Bowie knife, perfect for fighting knives, general utility, and everyday carry. Then the modern classic, the leaf shape. As the name implies, the blade is shaped like the tip of a leaf, with a symmetrical spear-like point, but with a much wider profile. This design maximizes the belly of the knife, creating a continuous curving cutting edge from the handle to the tip. Pro. This shape is arguably the most efficient slicer for its size, making it a favorite for everyday tasks. Con. The wide profile can make it less effective for tight, detailed piercing. Application. This is a hallmark of many modern everyday carry, or EDC, folding knives. Now we move from the all-rounders to the specialists. These are the blades designed with one primary purpose in mind: piercing. We begin with the specialist piercer, the Tanto. Inspired by the tip of the Japanese samurai sword, the American Tanto has two flat edges that meet at a hard, angular point. This design pushes a huge amount of metal directly behind the tip, making it incredibly strong and resistant to breaking. Pro. It has one of the strongest piercing tips of any blade shape. Con. It has almost no belly, making it a poor choice for general slicing tasks. Application. The Tanto is the king of tactical knives, designed to pierce hard materials like car doors or body armor without breaking. Next, a modern, versatile take on the concept, the reverse Tanto. Here, the spine angles down sharply to the point, creating that same reinforced tip. But unlike a traditional Tanto, the cutting edge is a single, long, straight line. This gives you the best of both worlds. Pro. You get the incredible tip strength of a Tanto, combined with the slicing utility of a Warncliffe. Con. It still lacks a curved belly for certain types of slicing. Application. This is an increasingly popular shape for tactical, everyday carry knives that need to be both strong and useful. Now, the symmetrical piercer, the spear point. A true spear point is a dagger. Its defining feature is that both the top and bottom edges are identical, symmetrical curves that meet at a tip that is perfectly aligned with the center line of the blade. This creates a straight line of force from the handle to the tip. Pro. It is the ultimate shape for piercing and thrusting. Con. It often has little to no belly, making it a poor slicer. Many are also double-edged, making them daggers, which are legally restricted in many areas. Application. This is the shape of daggers and combat knives, designed primarily as weapons. And then, the most extreme piercing specialist, the needle point. This is an even more specialized version of the spear point. The blade is ground to be exceptionally thin and narrow, tapering to an incredibly fine, sharp point. The entire design is focused on reducing friction to allow for maximum penetration with minimal effort. Pro. It is the most effective piercing shape in existence. Con. The tip is extremely fragile and can be easily broken. It is a one-purpose tool and is useless for general utility. Application. The classic Italian stiletto is the most famous example. It is a weapon and nothing else. We've covered piercing. Now let's talk about the masters of the slice. These are blades designed to maximize the efficiency of the cutting edge. First, the safe slicer. The Sheepsfoot. This blade is
Has a
defined by
fairly
two simple
straight
features:
edge.
a completely straight cutting edge and a dull spine that curves down to meet the tip. The key
Fully
takeaway
down
here is
to
the lack of a
basically
sharp,
nothing.
aggressive.
The big thing
This
is you
design was
can't
originally
stab
used for trimming
something
sheep's
with
hooves,
a
where an
sheepsfoot.
accidental
You
cut
can
can
try,
injure the animal.
but
Pro. It offers incredible cutting control and is extremely safe, as it's almost impossible to accidentally pierce something. Con. It has no piercing capability whatsoever. Application. It's a favorite for emergency rescue workers who need to cut a seatbelt without harming a victim. Next, the ultimate utility blade, Warncliffe. It looks
this
very
one
similar to a
comes
Sheepsfoot,
very
but with
sharp,
one key
precise
difference.
one.
Instead of a spine that
So,
curves down at the end, Warncliffe's spine is a straight, gradual slope that runs from the handle all the way to the tip. This
Cliff.
transfers all of
I
the
really
handle's
like it.
energy
Here on the-
to the point. Pro. This design offers phenomenal power for precision cuts, like a surgical scalpel with the strength of the utility blade. Con. Like the Sheepsfoot, it has a weak, piercing tip by design. Application. It's perfect for any job that requires long, clean, powerful cuts, like opening boxes or storing materials. Meet the master slicer, the trailing point. This shape is easy to spot because the tip of the knife literally trails upwards, rising above the
See a
spine
lot
of
of
the
these
blade.
on
This design feature sacrifices
kitchen
tip
knives,
strength,
building
making it a poor choice
Because
for
people
piercing.
want a
But in
long,
exchange, it creates a
deep
massive,
slice.
long curve.
It's really
Pro. That enormous belly makes it the undisputed champion of long, clean slicing cuts. Con. It has a very weak, fine tip that can be easily broken, and it's difficult to control for detail work. Application. This is the signature shape of skinning and filleting knives, where slicing efficiency is the only thing that matters. And then, the pull cutter. The hawk build. Sometimes called a talon
you are
or
just
karambit.
getting it.
This blade is defined by its concave curve like a hawk's talon.
It's a knife.
Unlike other knives that cut with a
Take
pushing
care of.
motion,
I would
the hawk
not
bill is designed
recommend
to
a
cut
hawk
on
bill
the
for
full
the first
stroke.
one.
The hooked shape naturally gathers the material and pulls it into
But
the
these
sharpened
ones
edge.
off.
Pro. It offers incredible cutting power for slicing through tough, fibrous materials. Con. It is a highly specialized shape that is clumsy for general tasks. Application. It excels at cutting rope carpet and linoleum, and in the karambit form, it is a formidable self-defense weapon. Now, for two unique shapes you'll find in the great outdoors. These are highly specialized tools designed for the specific needs of hunters and farmers. The good hook is less a blade shape and more of a feature added to another shape, usually a drop point. It's a small, sharpened semicircle ground into the spine of the knife near the tip. Its purpose is singular: to open up the abdomen of a game animal without puncturing the internal organs, which would spoil the meat. Pro. It performs its one job incredibly well. Con. It can be very difficult to sharpen correctly, and the hook can sometimes snag on clothing or brush. Application. This is a tool exclusively for big game hunters. Next, the spay point. This is a traditional blade shape originally designed for castrating livestock. The defining feature is a very long, straight cutting edge with an abrupt, short, and mostly unsharpened angled tip. The goal was to have a knife that could slice without any risk of accidentally piercing an organ or artery. Pro. It's an exceptionally safe blade for slicing in tight, sensitive areas. Con. It has absolutely no piercing capability by design. Application. Outside of farming, it's a favorite blade for skinning animals where precision is key. We've covered knives designed for slicing and piercing. Now for the blades designed to bring raw power and brute force to the table. The masters of the chop, the cleavers. This group includes the iconic Nepalese kukri with its distinct forward curving blade, and the classic dao or machete style. The principle is the same. The blade is wide, heavy, and weighted towards the front. This turns the knife into a small axe, generating incredible momentum and delivering devastating chopping power. Pro. Unmatched chopping ability. Con. They are often large, heavy, and lack the fine point for detailed work. Application. These are the tools for clearing brush, processing large amounts of wood, or any task that requires brute force. So from the foundational straight back to the exotic kukri, every shape has a purpose. The point, the belly, the spine, the curve, it all works together to tell you the story of the knife. We've covered the all-rounders, the specialists, and the heavy hitters. The mission is written in the steel. You now know how to read it. But now I want to hear from you. What is your all-time favorite blade shape for everyday use and why? Let us know in the comments below.